So here's what we need to understand. This is all connected. Greenland, trans kids, ICE, immigration, Venezuela. MAGA has a pattern. Once we see the pattern, this is when we start to win. I created steps on how to navigate through their pattern and lead them into what I call the vault. The vault is where MAGA lies go to die. The first part of this is the 7 C's, recognizing it and understanding that everything MAGA runs through the 7 C's. They manufacture a crisis so they can create chaos and confusion, so they can ultimately replace the federal government with a corrupt, criminal, corporate entity so they can control us all. That is it. The second one is the Trinity of lies. Now, everything that they say and do is run through the Trinity of lies. This is how they support the 7 C's. They lie to your face. You are seeing something happen in real time and they're telling you it's not happening. They lie by omission. A question is asked, they verbally assault the person asking it, and they never answer the question. They lie by telling half or partial truths. Now, this one is the most dangerous, but every single thing is a grift. The third step, when we live in informational silos, if the source isn't weighted, graded, or rated, it's not a source. The only tiebreaker is being able to bring data that is verifiable and independent. The more that we get comfortable with these words and we stop allowing them to create the narrative, the better we're going to be, not just for ourselves, but also in our conversations. Before I go any further, if you would please like and subscribe and share this video, I would really appreciate helping us get this video out there. Okay, on to the next one. People are waking up, but when they're waking up to, well, they're both bad. We cannot have that. They have been conditioned, manipulated, that Democrats are evil, satanic, baby killers, are pedophiles, are criminals. There's been a full-fledged campaign by billionaires, by corporations, because Republicans give them carte blanche to pollute, to loot, to do whatever they want to the American people. People believe that Democrats care more about giving immigrants health insurance and trans people sex operations than helping the American people. I just want to be clear. We need to be talking to everybody. This is about us. Finding a way to have conversations that aren't confrontational or make us angry, to rise above it and have more critical thinking conversations. So this is where we come into the next step, which is the compare and contrast. And if you go back to the 7 C's, they want to replace the federal government with a corporate entity so they can outsource everything, charge us much more than we would pay if it was the federal government, with zero oversight. Some compare and contrast. For example, Biden made it so if you bounced a check, the max that they could charge you is $5. And now Trump reversed that. Airlines under the Biden administration, if they canceled their flights, had to refund you cash. Trump reversed that. So now they can give you a voucher that can expire. Hidden fees and junk fees, concerts, hotels, all had hidden add-on fees. They had to show it. Trump reversed that. Cancer research. Now, I don't know where it is in the courts, but the Biden-Harris administration had implemented the Moonshot program to reduce cancer by 50% by 2047. Trump came in and decimated a program that created billions of dollars in revenue for America and employed tens of thousands of people. What kind of human being does something like that? He didn't make it better. He didn't try to improve it. He destroyed it.
So there's been an update with the cancer research that is so perfect. It fits perfectly in with the 7 C's and the Trinity of lies. I'm going to actually have to do another video on it. I'm going to have to show you all the players and where the money's going. But this is a perfect example of like why we get stressed out trying to have these conversations, because it is true that Trump cut all of this cancer research, but now it's in the headlines that, oh, he's putting $100 million towards cancer research. And isn't this fantastic? But actually has nothing to do with actually solving cancer or helping kids. The kids who are in the treatment and the trials are going to be kicked out of the trials. And the ones who were already in place to go into the trials are not going to be able to go in. They're already shutting down the grants and the research facilities, and the doctors and scientists, everybody's being fired. So this is just, again, all you have to do is follow where the money goes. It's not hard. It's just, we probably need to do a video on teaching people how to do this. It's just asking the right questions and knowing how to just follow the money trail. It's really all public knowledge. It's not hard to find. But back to your regularly scheduled program.
Lead pipes. The Biden and Harris administration already had allocated money. It was in play to replace all the lead pipes so your children and you don't drink poison water. Trump took that money, which he can't legally do, and put it towards ICE. These are just a few things I'm rattling off. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of these examples. And when we talk about how it affects them and their family, this is where it gets personal. They may not believe you at first, but here's what happens. When they get that $35 fee, when they're living it in their real world, when it is affecting them personally, this is generally when people start seeing that the person that they are following doesn't care about them quite as much. That's when the crack happens. What I see happening is obviously the Democrats winning landslide in 2026 and again in 2028. The problem I see that if we don't currently, as a people, not our elected officials, but as a people, understand where we are, how we got here, and what we're going to do next, we will constantly be in the same cycle, which is they break all of this shit. They want us to clean it up, and we go to work doing amazing things for people. But they do not know how to fight. They do not know how to articulate. They do not know how to be clear. They do not know how to message. We are not going back. We need to understand that. We have passed the point of no return. That is not what we're trying to do at this point. The only way that anything changes is through. We have to go through this pain. We have to go through the suffering. Some of us are going to suffer greatly, and we will grieve for them later. Right now is not the time for I told you so's. Right now is not the time to tell people that you were wrong and I was right and you're an idiot and you're racist. Look, nobody's born racist. Nobody's born with a black heart unless you're Stephen Miller. People are taught racism. So we need to understand how we got here and how easy it is for people to be manipulated. But here's the truth. We were never the country that we needed to be. We never realized that everybody is equal, everybody has a fair shot. We were going backwards, not forwards. And if we were really going to be the country where everybody gets a fair shot, we needed to break it and build it up again. We need to decide as a country who we're going to be. We have to remarket, reframe, rebrand who we are. Let's stop getting dragged by MAGA. Let's stop letting them create and lead the narrative. Pivot from whatever chaos or manufactured crisis is happening, and then pivot towards the 7 C's, how we got here, the Trinity of lies. Explain to people how Democrats have saved them money and made a better life for them, and how Republicans are ripping it away $5 at a time. But do not argue hypocrisy. They don't get it. Do not look for empathy. They don't have it. It has to be about them. Make it about them. Take your anger, and if you can't process it quickly, shove it down. You can deal with it later. I understand it's very difficult when you see somebody being murdered in the street to not be angry. I get that. I understand that. Trust me, it makes me angry. This is why it's taken me over 6 weeks to make this video. But don't expect people to see what you see. They do not see the video the same way. Their brains have been primed to see it the way that the Trump administration and Fox News tells them to see it. The fact that they keep calling these people terrorists without any proof is an escalation, which at the end of the day is what they want, to cause a crisis so they can create chaos and confusion. This is our mission in 2026, is to talk about this, to help make very complex things simple. Please subscribe, please share, please continue to support the channel. We'll be coming out with more videos on a regular basis. And if you're looking to volunteer, have your voice heard, please contact me. We're always looking for volunteers, even some paid internships. So we'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.